Hello Internet, I'm back for more whiteboarding. So last time I talked about PON and a little bit about how the technology works and what makes it passive. Today I wanted to go a little bit more in depth on the subject. So we're talking about PON again, which is passive optical networks. So last time I drew a diagram of a data center, splitter, and some houses, and showed how they connect with a passive element. And I want to go a little bit deeper this time. So let's start fresh. So in the data center, what's there? Well, I'm going to draw a purple box, and this is the OLT. And at the other end, we'll have an orange box. This is the ONT. So what's an OLT? An OLT is an optical, wow, that's bad, an optical line terminal. That's where the fiber starts. At the other end, the ONT, you guessed it, is an optical network terminal. Now, there's some other names for these. The other big one you'll hear a lot instead of ONT is you'll hear ONU, which is an optical network unit. Same thing, just a slightly different name for it. I prefer ONT mainly because that's what I started with, that's what I learned with, so that's what I'm going to use for these sessions. So an OLT is what goes in the data center. So this is the data center. So it's a BSP data center. And we have the cloud, the internet, it's being fed into various pieces of equipment. It's being fed into the OLT. Now on this OLT, there's going to be ports. Now there's many different kinds of OLTs, many different kinds of cards that go inside them, but ultimately it's going to come down to a port. There's going to be a port on this unit, or many, and that port is going to have a fiber plugged into it, and that's going to be what actually transmits the data through the fiber to the ONT. So we have a fiber in here, it's going out, it's going to go to a splitter. It's going to split, so in a cabinet or buried in a vault. And that fiber is going to go all the way to an ONT, where it also has a port and a fiber plug, and you're going to plug the fiber into it. And the ONTs are generally going to be in the house, in the premises, at home, or at a door. So these are the two main pieces in the play. I guess we'll also say this is the splitter. A 1 by whatever. So these are the big pieces that form a PON network, whether it's GPON, XGS, or any of the other flavors of PON. This is how a PON network is built. So the OLT over here sits in the data center, it transmits the light, it gets split. That split goes to many ONTs. And ultimately goes to an ONT. It takes the fiber optic signal, goes into there, and then it transmits it into something that we can accept. In most cases, an Ethernet. And then that Ethernet gets plugged into a wireless router. So that's the process. ONT at the house, OLT back at the data center, splitter in the middle, and it all transmits. So those are the various pieces of the GPON puzzle: OLT, ONT, splitter, also known as an ONU. You might hear ONU. I prefer ONT. Thanks everyone, have a great day.